What's up everybody, John from Old Reading Farm here. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to take you on a little late June garden tour. Things have been sprouting, things have been growing, lots of green stuff coming up. Starting off back by our bee yard. I don't know if you can see, it's a lot bigger than it was. We actually caught a swarm in one of our swarm traps and added it over here. That's very exciting. We may have caught another section of bees too, so we may have expanded our apiary to 4, which is great. And then we'll come over to our berry patch, Joanne's berry patch. Everything's doing really well. We went through and added extra mulch on our 3 raspberry rows, so those are looking really good. So now we're here in our market garden, and here comes our...
Hi, River.
This is our new barn cat, River.
We asked for a feral cat from the adoption place, and they gave us this. Vicious killer.
So anyway, we're here in our market garden outside of our raspberry patch. Things aren't really growing as I thought they would. Not sure if it's
Too much shade.
or what, whether it's a moisture problem or who knows. The lettuce up there is doing pretty well. Everything else is just kind of at a standstill. So maybe next year we'll chop this tree down.
It's a dogwood.
I'm just kidding.
Thin some branches maybe though.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do a little pruning on this tree next year. See if we can't get some more sunlight and try to make this a successful garden, right? The least feral cat you've ever seen. So now we're here in our orchard. Things are looking pretty good. Some of these little apples are almost looks like they have bites taken out of them, or little pokes.
Which is rude.
Which is rude. But we are getting some fruit. Saw some pears the other day, so that's good. You know, everything's green. I think we may not have been as aggressive as we needed to be with the pruning, but that's okay. Next year we'll, there's always next year, right? Here we have our raised bed with the tomatoes are killing it in here. We just put a trellis on them, put some string so they can grow up that and they don't just tip over. That's the hope anyway. And looks like we rogue seeded some amaranth in here. That's good, that's just these little floofs right there.
Little floofs.
Little floofs.
And that's a dahlia right there.
Right here? No, right here.
Mm-hmm. The first thing you touched was a poppy.
Poppy. Another dahlia right here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chives growing over there.
Those are daffodils.
Right, look at that. And over here, everything's doing well. Just walked in another spider web. Not gonna run away like a man though. These are, I believe, our little tiny pumpkins.
Casperita, probably.
Casperita pumpkins. So, don't see any pumpkins yet, but looking good. Then over here we got some flowers, our random feverfew, another row of amaranth, some other stuff. And then we have some calendula blooming over here.
This feral monster of a cat. What are you doing?
We got some peas coming up here. What's that?
That's blooming?
Yeah.
It's called Poor Man's Orchid.
That's right. You've told me that like 6 million times.
It's okay.
And then these are more squash over here. And then the dog bed, which is the bed that our dogs planted, is doing great. You can see, it's gonna come in here. So you can see we got 3 zucchinis growing right here.
And these are snapdragons. I think this is a giant oregano. Is that right? Yep. Tomatoes. These tomatoes look good.
Mm-hmm. Looking very good. Kale Ocean is doing pretty well.
Yep.
We're doing a pretty good job here. Kat's doing a really good job on doing our Canadian palm trees.
Pull that weed out. A little clover too. Who's in charge of the weeds around here?
Where?
Right, you're touching it.
This?
Yeah.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Little Canadian palm trees.
Palm trees. Kale's all looking good.
And the dinosaur kale next to our grapevine, next to our tongues of fire bush bean.
Sunflower's looking good. They are probably like 4 feet tall now. And then we have a ton of zinnias blooming back here. And we also planted like 150 more sunflowers and zinnias back behind here. Lilies look like they're gonna bloom soon. Looking lush.
Baby chickens are outside in a pen within so that the other chickens can see them but not access them.
So our original orchard is doing pretty well. Minus this guy. But perennial garden's looking good. These are the basket flowers, right?
Yeah. Blanket flowers.
Blanket flowers?
No, I forget which it is.
Either basket or blanket, one of those two. A bean?
Scarlet runner bean.
Oh.
Scarlet runner bean in a Halloween jack-o'-lantern.
Gotta love that free Craigslist, baby. And this is, you know, garden on the side of our chicken coop. Blueberries. These things.
Salvia.
Is that salvia?
Yep.
What's that?
Nepeta.
Nepeta. Our mint is doing really well. And we have some tomatoes coming up that are looking really good. Just a few of them, but they're coming through. Like that back leg, Tigerella, Chernobyl. Those are looking really good. Super Sweet 100. I think we have a couple of our volunteers in here as well. They're looking good. You can see amaranth growing in the back row, and our sweet peas are starting to come up. Weren't too sure about them. They didn't look as vibrant. But looks like they're starting to come.
This is coral fountain amaranth. See this little guy? He's gonna do a thing. That one's already starting to do the thing. Those are the sweet peas here. Strawberries. Container tomatoes. Amaranth. All those peas. Walking stick kale. It's almost as tall as me. Those are about to burst. And these are safflowers. Those first ones were feverfew. And the nothing chair. Look at this coral fountain amaranth. It's really doing the thing.
So now we're here by our flower market garden. Things are looking good. We've gotten a lot of poppies come through, which is nice. The sapinaria, which is in the back there, the pink, that's been looking really good. And the larkspur, which we planted like back in March, is finally starting to do its thing. And then as you can see, we got snapdragons, zinnias, all kinds of stuff.
What other kind of stuff?
Feverfew.
Yeah.
Feverfew.
Nope.
Feverfew is right here.
Yep.
And yarrow is
Yep.
back in.
So yarrow.
Yarrow, poppies, feverfew, zinnias. That's a mixture.
Yeah.
And then snapdragons.
And more mixtures.
More mixtures.
We've had our first zinnias bloom though. River just wants to make sure everybody knows. Barn cat in the house. See you later.
So now we're in our farm market garden. Stuff's doing really well over here. Lettuce, feathered frills kale is looking ridiculous. And then we have a few tomatoes out in the back that are doing really well. You can see we got them strung up now. And hopefully it'll just be leafy greens.
And fruit.
and fruit, because tomatoes are fruit. Wow, look at the snapdragons. Stuff in here is looking good. Some nice grass growing through. That's always a good sign. But no, so what do we have planted in here, Catherine, besides the dahlias? I see a couple sunflowers on the end there, maybe a couple rogue tomatoes.
Yeah, 2 rows of rogue tomatoes because I thought all the sunflowers got eaten by mice. And then 3 rows of dahlias, and then 3 rows of cosmos, a row of zinnias. That stuff is buckwheat.
Like the wheat?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it grows up like a pink flower though. Snapdragons in the window boxes, and the last 3 rows are amaranth, though it doesn't look like they're doing much, so I seeded some in the greenhouse to put up.
Cool.
Yep.
Looking good though. Snapdragons are starting to bloom. That's
Yep.
been nice. We've gotten 2 or 3 able to put in cut flowers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they start going big time.
Big time.
So here we are in our blueberry patch. You can see we put down some cardboard and mulch because our landscaper was having some trouble keeping the grass down. No, so these are looking really good. We actually have some blueberries, which is really exciting. You know, again, it was one of those things where like maybe we get a small crop this year and then like the true crop next year or a couple years down the road. It's just nice to see things are growing. So it's been really nice to walk around and actually see stuff growing. It was a long, cold winter, and then it was like a kind of really, really wet spring, and now we're in this period of intense heat, but it's really nice to see everything growing. Really excited to see where it goes from there. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. Please give us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and as always, please subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.